I watch Bernie Sanders. He's a nut job, but he's still sharp. He's sharp as he's the same guy he was. He hasn't gone down. But Biden is really, he's the worst thing to happen to old people.
Biden is the worst thing to happen to old people. I think that a lot of people that worked for Biden should be arrested for elder abuse. I think they knew that he wasn't there. I think he knew that that he was not like intellectually there. But they kept denying it because they didn't want to take responsibility for it whatsoever.
You have built a political movement that has transformed the Republican Party. It's transformed the country, quite frankly.
Political movement in history, MAGA. Make America great again.
When you look to the future, Mr. President, do you think the MAGA movement can survive without you as its leader?
Yes, I do.
What gives you?
I think it's so strong, and I think we have tremendous people. I think we have a tremendous group of people. We talked about a number of them. You look at Marco, you look at J.D. Vance, who's fantastic. You look at, I could name 10, 15, 20 people right now just sitting here. No, I think we have a tremendous party. And you know what I can't name? I can't name one Democrat. I mean, I look at the Democrats, they're in total disarray.
Now, here's the thing. When she asked him this question, she did not expect for him to say, yeah, we'll be all right. We're going to be good. Yeah, straight. Yeah, real quick. Straight like that. We're going to be all right. She didn't expect that. She did not expect for him to answer that way. All right. And when he showed that much, this dude is like, yo, we're good. Like, this is the best movement that's ever been created in the history of politics. Now, I'm going to give y'all an opportunity. Could you name another movement that was even close to this, to being this impactful politically? Name one other movement. Go ahead. The Tea Party movement. What? Any movement. Name any movement. I agree with them on this 1,000%. I think MAGA got it covered, man. Y'all got it locked in, bro. I think y'all got it locked in. MAGA is on kill mode for real. For real. And I love the way he answered that. Now check this out right here. Here's another one where he says Biden is the worst thing that ever happened to old people because he is grossly incompetent. But watch how he calls Jasmine Crockett low IQ. Don't know if you've seen this yet, but check this out, guys. This dude he's killing it, man.
And you know what I can't name? I can't name one Democrat. I mean, I look at the Democrats, they're in total disarray. They have a new person named Crockett. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. And they said, she's the future of the party. I said, you have to be kidding. I don't know what they're going to do. And I really believe in a two-party system. Because it's good to be challenged.
Hold on 1 second. So he's being briefed. They're letting him know, hey, President Trump, Jasmine Crockett, she's climbing the ladder, man. She's really doing her thing. And he said they have this one person named Crockett who is low IQ. Call it how it is, bro. Call it how it is, man. That's what I like.
I don't know what they're going to do. And I really believe in a two-party system. Because it's good to be challenged. It's really good to have a two-party. You know, it's good. Being challenged is okay. It keeps you sharp. I don't know what they're going to do. They have nobody. Bernie's 87 years old or something. And you know, Biden is the worst thing that ever happened to old people because he was grossly incompetent. And I think maybe for artificial reasons, you know, he had operations and things. So maybe that's an artificial. But I know people that are unbelievably sharp and they're older than 87. But I watch Bernie Sanders. He's a nut job, but he's still sharp. He's sharp as he's the same guy he was. He hasn't gone down. But Biden is really, he's the worst thing to happen to old people. And you know what I can't?
Biden is the worst thing to happen to old people. He said Biden is the worst thing to happen to old people. I think that a lot of people that worked for Biden should be arrested for elder abuse. I think they knew that he wasn't there. I think he knew that that he was not like intellectually there. But they kept denying it because they didn't want to take responsibility for it whatsoever. They wanted to deny it until they found another way to do it. You know how when things aren't properly working out in your household, but your wife or your husband asks you, is everything okay? And you be like, yeah, everything's all right. Knowing good and well that stuff is heading towards hitting the fan, sugar, honey, iced tea hitting the fan, because you're waiting until something else happens to fix whatever the issue is before you tell your partner that there is an issue. Well, Biden, there was an issue in his last probably 2 years where he wasn't cognitively there, and they kept denying it. Conservatives were coming out like, wait a minute, this brother can't walk without falling. He's falling off his bike. He's falling downstairs. When he walks to the podium to give his speech or to address the crowd, he then walks in the opposite direction, away from his chairs, away from everybody, his handlers. He walks away from his handlers. He's at events, and they're standing in front of the microphones, answering questions, and he's pointing over into the sunset, just pointing up at birds, like he's at an old folks' home, and just completely dialed into something that has nothing to do with what everybody's talking about. He's like, we have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week. And you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. They took advantage of Biden, man. They took full advantage of Biden, for real. In my opinion, that's just my humble opinion. I believe that they took advantage of him. I believe that they would have kept taking advantage of him if it weren't for the debate between Trump and Biden, and he wasn't exposed the way he was. Because something that Trump did in that debate that I thoroughly respect him for is that when Biden was asked a question, or when they both were asked the question and it was Biden's turn to talk, Trump did not interrupt him. He let him talk. He let him talk. He just let him speak. That's why Senator Kennedy right now is saying that's exactly what we should do for AOC and Jasmine Crockett. Operation Let Them Speak. Operation Just Let Them Talk. Let them ruin themselves, man.
The Trump organization is selling hats that say Trump 2028.
Yeah.
Are you seriously considering a third term, Mr. President, even though it's prohibited by the Constitution? Or is this about staying politically viable?
I will say this. So many people want me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had requests so strong as that. But it's something that, to the best of my knowledge, you're not allowed to do. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's constitutional that they're not allowing you to do it or anything else, but there are many people selling the 2028 hat. But this is not something I'm looking to do. I'm looking to have 4 great years and turn it over to somebody, ideally a great Republican to carry it forward. But I think we're going to have 4 years, and I think 4 years is plenty of time to do something really spectacular. The Constitution does prohibit it. Some of your allies are pretty serious about this, though, Mr. President. I've spoken to them. They say they are coming up with potential ways. Well, obviously, the biggest one will be a constitutional amendment. That's because they like the job I'm doing, and it's a compliment. Has anyone in an official capacity presented you with, sir, here are some ideas by which you could actually get a constitutional amendment? Well, in a capacity of being a big supporter, many people have said different things, but I'm not looking at that. You have built a political movement that has transformed the Republican Party.
Now, before we see, that was the part I wanted to play. Bo, I agree with what he said. And a lot of people who watching this like, duh, I already knew you would agree because you have a conservative platform and blah, 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 blah. Nah, I'm not that. So what he was saying about 2028, a lot of people are saying, bro, this guy is the real deal. And it would be dope if he was the president in 2028 too. Why? Because he put certain things in motion that if he was not the president, or if a Democratic, somebody in the Democrats won in 2028, everything that he's put forward will be stopped right then. Because the whole time President Trump is doing his thing, nobody in the left want to work with him. They just want to work against him. They want him to fail. And by wanting him to fail, they want this country to fail. One thing that I will say, when I started to switch over to being more conservative and being more understanding of conservative values, before I started to take a, whoa, you know what? I think I'm more like them than I am like them on the left. I think I'm more like the people on the right than I am like the people on the left. And then I started looking into it more and more. But the whole thing is, I still wanted Joe Biden to be successful. I wanted Joe Biden to be successful. He was our president. If the president is not successful, then the country is not successful. That's how that works. But if you're here, the least you can do is pray that our president do things the right way. That's the least you can do. Even if ideological, y'all are completely different, completely opposite. Even if you're a Democrat, a staunch Democrat, you need to want Trump to win, because if Trump wins, that means our nation win. But that's not how they look at it. They want him to fail, because then if he does a great job, then what's the point of the country voting a Democrat in the office in 4 years? We want him to fail so that we look good, so that we can get power and we can do our thing. And that just creates a 2-year presidency for the president, because all that's going to happen is they want him to be a lame duck president. They say that he can't run again, so that whatever he tries to do, we're going to negate it. We're going to knock it down. We're not going to support it. We're going to make him look foolish. And guess what? At the end of 2027, when we're moving into the who's the presidential nominee and we're running again and all this other stuff that means nothing to me, our person will be a front runner. They will consider maybe running Kamala again. Maybe they want to run Kamala again. Who knows? And I did see something on the internet today about them wanting to run Kamala again. I saw something. She's running for governor right now, I believe, but I saw something about them wanting to run her again for president. That's what I saw. But feel free to go ahead and find your own information. Don't take it from me. You go do your own due diligence.